It was a dark and stormy night. The rain was coming down in sheets and the wind was howling like a banshee. The perfect night for a mystery. 10-year-old Sarah was sitting in her living room reading a book. Her dog, Buster, was curled up at her feet. Suddenly there was a loud crash of thunder and Buster jumped up and ran away. Sarah went to look for him, but he was nowhere to be found. She called and called, but he didn't come. She was starting to get worried. She went outside and looked around, but it was too dark to see anything. She decided to wait until morning. The next morning, Sarah went outside again to look for Buster. She searched all over the neighborhood, but she couldn't find him. She was starting to get desperate. She went to the police, but they couldn't help her. They said that there were a lot of missing dogs in the area and that they couldn't do anything unless Buster turned up. Sarah was starting to lose hope. She didn't know what else to do. That night, Sarah had a dream. In the dream, Buster was running through the woods. He was chased by a big, black dog. Sarah chased after them, but she couldn't catch up. When Sarah woke up, she knew what she had to do. She had to go into the woods and find Buster. Sarah packed a bag and set off into the woods. She walked for hours calling for Buster. Finally, she came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a big, black dog. Sarah was scared, but she knew she had to face the dog. She took a deep breath and walked towards it. The dog growled at her, but Sarah didn't back down. She kept walking until she was right in front of it. "Buster," she said. The dog's ears perked up. He looked at Sarah and wagged his tail. Sarah was so happy to see Buster. She hugged him tightly and never let go. Sarah took Buster home and told her parents what had happened. They were so happy to have Buster back. Sarah never forgot the night she went into the woods to find Buster. It was the night she learned that she could face her fears and that she could never give up hope. But the mystery of Buster's disappearance was still unsolved. How had he gotten into the woods? And why had he been chased by the big black dog? Sarah decided to investigate. She went back to the clearing where she had found Buster. She looked for clues, but she couldn't find anything. She was about to give up when she saw something out of the corner of her eye. It was a small, white object caught in the branches of a tree. Sarah climbed up the tree and retrieved the object. It was a piece of paper with writing on it. Sarah read the paper. It was a note written by Buster. In the note, Buster said that he had been chasing a squirrel when he got lost. He said that he was scared, but that he was trying to find his way home. Sarah was so happy to have found the note. It meant that Buster was okay and that he was trying to come home. Sarah put the note in her pocket and headed home. She knew that Buster would find his way back to her. And sure enough, a few days later, Buster came home. He was dirty and tired, but he was happy to be back. Sarah was so happy to have Buster back. She hugged him tightly and never let go. Sarah never forgot the mystery of Buster's disappearance, but she was glad that it was finally over. And she was even more glad that Buster was home.